Now then, welcome to This War Is Mine, the first game I shall be playing for Tactical Tuesdays. Take over the world day. But this is a slightly different game than I intend to be using on a Tuesday for Tactical Tuesdays for this playlist. This game is a tactical survival game. In general, what I had planned for is to have those world domination strategy, tactical, turn-based games in this playlist for Tuesdays. But This War Is Mine is a game that I don't feel I can overlook. This War Is Mine is a game that I can't describe. It's dark. There is some bad language in it, and I apologise. But this is war. And this is how it feels to be at war. When you're not trying to destroy one or the other side, you're just trying to survive in the middle of it. I thought now would be a good time to start this series. So, I've practiced a couple of times just to test it out. So I have a continuation here rather than start new game. But I'm going to start afresh for you guys. And I'm going to play it until I fail it. I'm going to play it until I can't play it anymore. And then it's over. The harsh reality of war. I'll survive as long as I can. The graphics themselves in this game, as you can see, are very gritty and dirty and morbid, and rightly so. These people are in a rundown house that has been battered and broken. These three characters that I'm now about to control, two of them I've seen before in previous test runs. This guy's a new guy that I haven't seen before. You get a random selection of people that have come together, that are your people, that you've got to tell what to do and look after and help to survive. How long has this siege lasted? It's hard to say, when every day is a struggle for survival. The city is crawling with snipers. Shelling is ordinary business almost every night. Phones don't work. There's a shortage of food and meds, and many people are left homeless. Bruno and Marco have always been good friends, so when the war broke out they decided to stick together. They met Pav while scavenging for supplies. He used to be the Progener's star football player. Now he's just another homeless victim of war. So they teamed up, hoping for the best. So let's have a look at see what we've got. We've got Pav, who is a fast runner, according to his thing and his bio. Before this whole mess begun, I lived with my wife and son in a better part of the city. I haven't seen them in a long time. I hope they are okay. I'm not doing so well, as you can see. Who needs football players during war? Nobody cares about sports when every day can be their last. So I scavenged the ruins like everybody else, hoping for the best. Pav is a very good scavenger. A very good scavenger because he's a fast runner and you can get him about a lot. Then we've got Bruno, who's a very good cook. And Bruno's sitting in his normal chair. It seems to be you get this chair when you get a Bruno in the kitchen. And his bio: before the war, I used to own a restaurant. I even had my own TV show, Bruno's Cuisine. I'm sure you've seen it. I visited beautiful places where I was filmed cooking exquisite dishes. All that seems of no importance now. Don't you think, nowadays? You're lucky if you get your hands on some canned meat and a bag of rice. And who knows how long this war is going to last. Bruno is indeed a very good cook, so I always get him doing my cooking for me. The other character, this is the first time I've seen Marco. Marco is a skilled scavenger. I thought I'd been through hell before. I'm a fireman. I've entered blazing buildings to save lives more times than I care to remember. But back then I had people teamed up against a common foe, namely the fire. Nowadays your former neighbour can kill you because your grandparents spoke a different language than his. This is true hell on earth. So a skilled scavenger, a fast runner who's also fairly skilled scavenger, and a good cook who's already slightly wounded, it seems. We've got a slightly sick and a slightly wounded already, and he seems fine. The first thing we've got to consider is we've only got so many hours of the day. This clock up in the top corner here will tick down very quickly, so I better get started on giving them some jobs to do. So we'll start from the piles that we can see, and I'll start getting all those piles opened up and start searching for things that we might be able to take. So we've got some food and we've got some basic items. Let's take one out of there. Yeah, I can't put things back. In a previous version you could put things back into searched cupboards and things so that thieves during the night couldn't take them. And now we're going to start just emptying them all out. Pav, get down here and start unloading all this stuff. We're going to just search the ruins that we're in to start off with and take everything we can to give us any sort of chance in anything at all, ever. These materials come in short supply, and you also end up getting a lot of people stealing from you, which is not good. Let's search that over there, and you can check that. Let's see if we've got it openable. It is openable. Good, good. Grab all that. Cool. When you've taken everything from a place, the little icon goes and it shows you that it's empty. So in this case, I think I want to get him over here so that we can continue to search forward that way. That's all we're doing first day, really, is just scavenging for stuff. You get back up there and start clearing that out. And you can start coming down here, break that door open. We've only got one food. It's very, very distracting keeping track of how much stuff you've got and how you can cook things and that. Having really limited resources is very difficult to make the survival element possible. So we keep them all busy during the days. You start clearing that out for me. You've just got through there. Check that cupboard. There's quite a few piles of things to grab to start off with before we get to the first night where we go out scavenging. So we've got plenty of chance to get a lot of good stuff. Maybe enough stuff to get us started. Has he just grabbed everything from there? Yeah. And already we're halfway through the day and we haven't crafted anything yet. We've got a little crafting station over here. We haven't made any food yet, but then nobody's really that hungry just yet. So we get the scavenging done around the place first. They're all just digging away. They would be quicker if I made them a shovel, but, well, shovels cost resources, so they can do it with their bare hands for now. Pav is the first one to finish his digging. He shouldn't find anything down there, so let's just get him on with the next thing to dig out. And the following day, all these little bits of debris that they've caused will have been cleared away by some magic things. I guess they clean it up overnight if you leave them alone. They're all pretty busy. This guy up here is nearly finished. Marco's nearly done cleaning his bit out. So we'll be able to get him into this cupboard and see what we've got in there now. Let's go. There's quite a lot of possible things you can do in this, crafting wise and the like. I think we're going to start by getting Marco down here to start crafting something. We're going to have a little rundown because we haven't got much time left of the night. You've nearly finished getting through all that lot. Good, good. Do I want you to search that now? I don't think I do. What I want to do is make ourselves some food and some water. There's these crafting things that I can make. The rainwater collector. Once I put a filter, I'll make a filter, which only cost me a couple of parts. I'll make a filter, and then I can filter water. And we use water with the cooking to cook things, and we also use water with the moon's shine still to make booze that we can sell to buy food. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is make this water rain collector, and I think I'm going to put it upstairs in the bathroom. Let's put it up here in the bathroom, actually. Can I get it in here? Doesn't look like there's any space there. I can get it up here, though. Let's put it in there. Place it in there. Bruno, should we check that? Is there anything else to check? Let's go and open this door over here. We've got one lockpick that we just picked up, so we'll get Bruno on that job. See if we can get it done before the end of the day. Doesn't look like it. It looks like we're gonna be losing time any second now. There we go. So we may as well just come and hang around. Is he gonna finish digging all that up before the end? Yes, he is. Good job. Good job. And he may half finish that before the first night. 7 PM. It's time to go scavenging. Oh, we got it. We got it made just in time. Good, good. Okay. Well, can you start making something? Make a consumable? Why not? Get that begun. 7:40 PM. I think it gets to 8 PM and then we are into the night. Yep, there we go. Okay, so then we're presented with a ruined landscape of the city. The tactics now are to choose from where our shelter is down here, where we go raiding. And at the start we've got 3 locations. An abandoned cottage. A family barricaded themselves in this house, but despite their efforts, looters got inside. It's been abandoned ever since. Still, we might find some useful things that the looters overlooked or left behind. And it tells us that there's lots of food there, huge amounts of materials, some meds, lots of weapons, lots of parts, and no hostilities by the looks of it. The ruined villa next to it, they say some people still live there, against all the odds. They must have some supplies stocked, like canned food and possibly bandages or medicines, but they don't want to trade, and we're desperate. We could try and steal from them. So already it's asking us a moral question here. These people in this ruined villa are basically in the same situation as we are. And do we go to their place where they're living and steal from them before they come to us and steal from us? Well, there's the choice. The quiet house up here, in a housing estate that remains almost untouched, it is a calm area of little houses with porches and gardens. Most of the houses are still inhabited. People are trying to lead normal lives there. We've got nothing to look for there unless we're willing to steal. That's literally, we've got to go and rob people who are still living normal lives. Well, we've got definite robbing, we've got a bit of scavenging and maybe a bit of robbing, or we've got just pure scavenging. And what I've got to think about is pure scavenging. These backpack numbers here, these numbers by the backpacks, before I've only had Parv had a 12, and that was the highest I've seen. There was another character that's got a 12 as well, but the skilled scavenger here has got a 15, so he's going to be my new number 1 scavenger. Meanwhile, the other 2 can guard the night away. They probably, one of them needs to sleep actually. He's slightly wounded, so we may as well let him sleep. But sleeping on the floor, they sleep poorly, so we'll put them in both guarding. Why not? And prepare. So, Marco, he can take things. We haven't got any things that are worth him taking, though. So we shall just send him out as he is. Normally you'd find like shovels and weapons and saws and things to get in places, crowbars and the like. Let's see. The looters must have been in a hurry. There's still a lot of stuff here. Okay, now this pile here, I'm going to sift through it first and hopefully I can leave some items behind. Yeah, I don't need the gun shells right now. And I don't really need any of those right now, but I can take these and put them back. So that's a good thing. That means that's like a little stockpile. So I can wander about and try and find things that wouldn't be found otherwise, and then take them back. We hear sounds every now and again as well, but mostly I've found that these are just rats, so nothing really too much to worry about. Let's grab all that and then check the next place. I want to try and systematically clear out these places as quickly as possible and get all the loot back home. So this is how I'm doing it. Systematically going through all the piles, and then I'll bring back some reserves up here and then go further into the house. Take a load of wood. You see, now I'm full up already, so I've got to go back up to my exit strategy, my stockpile up here. I think in general you would probably try and figure out what you wanted and just only take that and dump everything else. But my tactic is to dump everything into a stockpile close by the exit, so that if I have to come back here again, I can come back here and knowing that there's not really a lot that I need to take. Like taking these bits here, filling up and taking them back up to the top is more my plan of attack, my tactic in this. To make the most of my time, so that if I get a chance later on, I can just pop here and just pick everything up quickly. Or send somebody else who's not such a good scavenger to come and get parts that are hidden away in an area. And hopefully nothing happens that people come and take stuff from me, or clean it out when I'm not looking. So let's go over here. The idea of Pav was running backwards and forwards from the starting area here all around was a very good thing, a very useful thing. See, all these materials here will help build things for us, which is excellent. Okay, so we've done a fair bit in the lower area. We've got this set sort of sorted out. Let's start exploring further forwards and start bringing stuff back out when we get there. There's bound to be a bit of food in there. It's a fridge after all. Yeah, let's get all the food that they've got. Let's just put that back for now, and all the water they've got as well. Because that's like the most important thing to start off with. So we'll selectively take a few bits now. We'll have a quick look upstairs, see what we've got up here. Yeah, we've got a door there. Open the door up. And now I'll start from the furthest reaches. Door's locked. Okay, I'm going to need a crowbar next time I come to go and clear that out. And that still looks like rat movement there. Grab all of that. Awesome. It's good to have the extra size of backpack here. It's pretty useful, I can tell you. Only being stuck with 12 slots meant that there wasn't a lot you could do. A note that says, on the first day they robbed us, 2 days later they murdered our girls. I shot every one of them, but I don't want to use the gun anymore. It's broken and buried in the backyard. The next part looks a bit shaky. If you're reading this, don't look for me. So he's got a part of a gun buried in the backyard. So let's give this a quick clean up if we can. Try and get out to the backyard. See what we can get. I can make him a shovel to make this a quicker job. So it's like it's taking so long without a shovel. We've got to do it though. We've got to clean up and try and do it with our hands, our bare hands. Marco's a skilled scavenger, I'm sure he understands. But we're now halfway through the night. I have a fair amount of food in my backpack, which means I'm already happy with my loot. So even if we have to just get out of here at any point now, I'm happy with the loot that we've got. All I'm going to be doing now is adding to it. And when I get a crowbar, I can open this door to go and find other things that have been hidden in this place. Until eventually we've 100% completed this part of the level. And I'm fairly interested in keeping the moral high ground. So if those other two locations, so I've got 3 locations, The other 2 locations are basically thieving from other people. In this time of need, when everyone needs everything they've got, I will choose not to steal. So, that means that this place will be my target for a couple of nights while we salvage everything we possibly can use from this place. See how long it's taken without the shovel? Now that's set me back quite a few hours here. And that door's locked as well, so I can't even get anything from there. Oh well. So there's something buried. Maybe it's buried in the front. Let's take everything we can for now and then come back for more. Right, so we're in there. So let's run back to our stockpile. I could actually break that, so it'll make it quicker for me to get in and out from now on. I might do that in the next run. And that'll be where the gun parts are. Now I know this has unlocked a new area. So let's drop all of the materials off. Yeah, and all the gun stuff. We don't need any gun stuff right now. I actually found that it's better not having guns for weapons, because guns end up giving you a disadvantage when people are attacking you, because they attack you more hostile-like, if that makes sense, if that's a word. They use less violence if you're not armed. It seems that way anyway. Okay, well, we've virtually cleared this apart from this room up here and that locked room there. Grab all of that. Open this up. Let's have a look. I've got to investigate signs and things as well, just to make sure. Let's take all of that. Okay, exit. Let's open this door up. Okay, so we're nearly the end of night 1, so I've got to leave here before the end of the night, otherwise I'm delayed in getting back to the house in the morning. So let's have a quick route through our stash and see what we want to take with us that's going to be most valuable for the following day. So let's get rid of all of this sort of stuff first. The sugar, we're not going to need sugar until we're making moonshine, so I'm going to get rid of all the sugar for now and leave it in the stash here. We can't use these herbs until we've actually got something that uses makes the herbs into something. The gun parts we don't really need yet, so I think we're going to need as many machine parts and wood and things as we can possibly get to start off with. So we've got a good amount of food. Let's put 1 food back and 1 water back, just to give us the slots available a bit better. This actually is useful for making this into 2 food instead of just 1 food, so I'll keep that going. And then we will fill up on materials, so we'll have a good supply there and a good supply of wood as well, because we always seem to run out of wood because they only put 2 in per slot. It's pretty drastic with the carrying capacity. And then we'll head back before the morning.